Well, hello everyone. Um, so decided to kind of just hop into a mod pack here and kind of check it out a little bit. It's the Homestead one. Ow, ow. Oh, it's a cactus. Oh, okay. I'm in straight desert. Anyway, um, it's been a tiny little bit, I will say. Honest. Oh. Well, good to know there's quicksand. But anyway, so it has been a little bit, honestly, and a few things have happened in the past few days, and I just wanted to come on here and kind of like talk about it. And so if you guys hear me get emotional during this, don't be surprised. Um, so I won't lie. Life has been kind of interesting, I would say, and my take on it, it's been a bit stressful at times, and it's kind of just makes you wonder, like, when things will end up turning around. Hold on, I'm gonna turn down my game volume that way, because yeah, but it kind of makes you like wonder when things will turn around, or like when things will end up getting better. And uh, hold on. Anyway, but so I want to point out and say thank you all a lot. Like, thank you very much. By my accord and account, I believe there is 18 streams total on the song that I have uploaded. So for that, thank you guys so much. Seriously. Um, it's I know it's not a lot compared to like main artists or anything like that, but that's not what I'm wanting, honestly. It's just there so people like me that have struggled with things and don't understand how to like comprehend or put emotions into words, or sometimes that is the whole point for those songs being there, is so it can help someone else. And I do have like some of my older songs are like more sensitive, and I won't lie. There's quite a bit of them, honestly. A lot of my older songs were like written ones anyway, ones that I wrote back in like 2023 and stuff like that, are more suicidal. So I won't sit here and deny that I wasn't at some point that way. And I won't sit here and also deny that I struggle with being alone, you know, and just um I don't know how to explain it. Um just I'm like trying to think of the best way to explain it. This isn't really easy. Um After losing like the two main people I had like emotionally opened up to specifically, one was the missus in the past, you know, and that there's a lot of a bigger story behind that. And according to that, I feel like both of us made mistakes during the relationship, and I feel like we're both at fault. And I'm not gonna sit here and not say I don't miss what was there. I mean, of course, I'm gonna miss what connection there was because I cared about it. And but after I lost that, it didn't really take much of a big effect on me because I was already a bit more self-reliant than I usually more than was because I stopped opening up to her entirely and I started hindering my emotions. And uh, it's probably one of the bigger things I regretted because I should have just closed it off there. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot more and a lot of things that I probably should have did differently. And I know that. But the other portion being is after we both ended up splitting, um I think I've said this a few times, my cat had passed away. Maybe, I don't know, that might be the first time you guys heard of it. But my cat had passed away in September, on September 3rd, I think. I don't know. I have his ashes back there. But anyway, my cat had passed away, and it is one of the hardest things I have had to deal with for a long while. The last passing that affected me this greatly was my grandmother. Um, she was my dad's side, but um, and when she went, I felt horrible because I didn't get to say goodbye. So after she went, I always wanted to say goodbye just in case if anyone else ever went. And sorry, I don't really talk about it. So uh, I anyway. So it was the night before, and well, it was the night of technically, but it was the day before he had actually passed, and my mom called me at about like 11:20 some 11:40 ish, I think is when she called me, letting me know like, hey, you need to come over here because like his nickname was Handsome. His original name was Mufasa, but she had called and let me know that you need to come here because he's not doing well. Um, she was trying to get him to go with her, you know, but he wouldn't go with her. So once I got there, I sat with him in my room, in my old room, because I don't live with my mom anymore. And but I had sat with him, well, more like laid down with him, and I couldn't really necessarily sleep, because all I was listening to was just him meowing and just him being him. But he would wrap his like paw around my finger and stuff like that, and kind of just um uh but he would just lay there. But I don't know if his meows were like in pain or anything. I really hope he wasn't in pain before he went, but I don't know. But like all I could do is just sit there and watch. I did suggest to my mother to take him to like a hospital or like to a vet, but she didn't want him to go where he wouldn't be comfortable, you know? So, um, he had passed away at about 1:26 in the morning. I'm pretty sure it was September 3rd. Um, his paw was wrapped around my finger on my left hand, my index finger, before he had went, and he let out like a meow before he went, and I could tell he was gone because his body went solid. Um, Sorry. I should probably be done and over with this by now. But I'm not. I know I haven't healed from it, so this is me being very vulnerable with you guys, so don't judge me, please. Um this is what you guys don't get to see. um but I thought of doing this as like a way of showing that it's alright to not be okay, you know? In that, as a guy, you don't have to hide your emotions so much. You don't have to build them up so much as to where it destroys you. Same goes for a female. You don't need to hide it so much. It's alright to be vulnerable with yourself, you know? And it's okay to miss other people, you know? Even if you wish you could turn back time and wish things were different, there's not much you can do to change the past, but move forward. And, try and stay in as much positive light as you can, even if it's hard, but oh, I hate it. I hate this. I'm usually not this vulnerable. At least not like publicly anyway. Usually I do this in like self-silence and just stay reserved because I don't want anyone else hearing this, but this is like taking I'm really nervous, and this is like taking a lot for me to like come out about and be honest about. But I know my cat wouldn't ever be able to get to like physically see this video or like watch this because he was a cat. And yeah, some people can say sure he's just a cat, but to me he was family. Um, I had emotionally bonded with him, and he meant the world to me. You know. So when he had gone, I really couldn't enter into my old room for a little bit without crying. Because all I felt was just sadness every time I went in there, and I just felt like that was him. And I miss him every day. I do. Part of the reason why I got so attached to him is because when I was like in middle school in 7th grade, I think it was in 7th grade, but like about halfway through the year, I ended up getting a ruptured appendicitis, which is basically a ruptured appendix. And he was there for me for all that. He uh, he kept me company, and I didn't really feel alone. And I won't lie, I was getting picked on in school when I was younger, but it's not really important right now. But I was just at a point in time when I was younger where everyone felt like they were against me. So it just made it a lot harder having gone through that and going through that. So I was at an emotionally low point in my, like, with my mental health. And um and I honestly wasn't sure how I could, like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I wasn't gonna make it to where I am right now. And I mean, I just take it like one day at a time, as much as I can. Because I mean, that's all you can do. And try and see the better light of everything around you and try and make the best and most of everything that you can. And I try to live by that as much as I possibly can because there's so many other people that have it way worse than I do, and I know that. And it sucks and it's painful and it's just like, grief sucks. It sucks so much because you're just why does everything have to be so, like, cool and, like, just harmful, or just everything's like out to, like, hurt you in a way, or like cause some type of, like, mental scar to you that will forever affect you or change the way that you look at things. And it's the only way a lot of people learn, unfortunately, is to not take things for granted when you have them. You know? I will say that is probably the hardest lesson to learn that I have probably ever learned. Oh, I just got hit with a slowness. You're a bitch. um, excuse my language. Uh, but one thing I will forever be thankful for, I think anyway, I don't know, it caused me a lot of trauma, so it's kind of debatable, honestly. That's another free bird. But one thing that I don't know if I want to be thankful for, it's very much debatable. I know I just said that a second ago, but is the fact that he decided to go with me. As painful as it was, and as much as I wish I didn't have to see it, um, and as, like, heartfelt and as deep down as much as I can, I don't wish that pain on anyone. I really don't. Um, and I have so much, like, I'm also trying to multitask, But the I oh damn, my heart hurts. Like my chest fucking hurts at the moment from that. That's why I said I know I haven't healed from him. And you know, this world is so meant to like everyone. Like you're supposed to keep your problems to yourself, especially as a guy, and not really talk about the things that you go through. But like, I fully feel like you're not supposed to have and like be and hold every emotion that you have on your own. Which I know that's what therapy is for. I get it. I don't do therapy though personally. I haven't ever gone to well, no, I've gone to like therapy once, but I didn't really like it. And I probably will never go again, but so a lot of the ways I've just done things is just talk to like someone really close to me or sit with myself and process it alone. Because yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's not much for that, and I made one promise to myself since then is that not one day will go by where I don't reminisce or think or make sure that someone else doesn't go with the same amount of pain I grew up with or go through the same amount of trauma that I ever did. I can't help everyone at all the time, you know. I do take breaks from here and there because it's tiring and I don't have the energy all the time to do it, but I do my best to. And I have helped some people, not a lot of people, but I have. I'm proud of myself for that, you know. And I'm glad I can make some other people smile. But I think the hardest portion of it being is realizing I'm still alone, you know? Uh, that's the other portion. It hits me like a truck every time because it's just like, damn. Because I know what I want in this life, and right now dating sucks like hell. Because, yeah. And, but that's not the whole point of this, you know? That's not the whole point of this video. It's just, I will say, if you, any person out there needs help, you can message me in the comments. I will give you my email personally, my personal email, and I will talk to you if you want help. I'm serious. I will do my best to. I'm not the only source of helping though. So if you do need more help than me, obviously seek it professionally. Because obviously I am only capable of so much. But the main reason of this video is just to say thank you and to acknowledge the fact that it's alright to not be okay. And it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, even if some spaces aren't safe for you to be, or if like, then if some places aren't safe for you to be, then try making yourself a safe place to be vulnerable with, or to, or whether if that's a person or whether if that's a pet or whether if that's anything in the world. I don't really know the best way to describe it, but or even if it's just like a coping mechanism. Music has been like the biggest coping mechanism for me. I love it way too much now. And um just every single person that is going through anything currently, I want to say it. I don't want to really necessarily say it does get better, but it will only get better if you want it to be better. You can only fix things if you want things to be fixed. And I'm not saying you'll have all the answers. I sure as hell don't. I haven't had all the answers. So, but, and that's okay. You won't have all the answers to your questions or the things that you want answers to. We're all human beings. The whole point is to learn and grow and understand what, like, your life a lot better, you know? So, but one thing I have been wanting to admit is when this is where it's going to get more a bit sensitive. So, fair warning, this is your point of where you can click off the video because this is going to get very dark very quickly. And this is where I will admit something that I probably should not be admitting on here. And this is probably where the video would get demonetized, but this is not the whole point. I don't really mind. Um, so in the past, I have struggled with suicidal thoughts as well. I won't lie. I won't sit here and deny that. And probably depression too. Maybe still do. I have no idea. Maybe functional depression, possibly. That one I could see. But I don't feel that way anymore, like in a way of like where I'm so deep down and just like hurt all the time. I don't feel that way at all anymore. But when my cat had passed away, I did almost attempt. I'm serious. I said almost though. Not like I did almost attempt to. And I stopped myself. I stopped myself entirely. I walked out of my room, sat outside out in the nature because that's what I thought would be better to do instead of leaving. I'm not going to say what my mother said when I told her, but when someone is going through things like that, do not shame them, okay? Do not bash them. I would say be understanding. I know it's concerning and I know it's kind of like, whoa, like, hold on. Like, you're being very rash. Not the way, and I best way I can think about it is think about it in a way of like, do your best to be understanding about it, but don't judge the person because you don't know what it took get to that point. You don't know the amount of things that they went through to get to that point to even think about doing that, and you don't know that. And I don't feel shameful for thinking about it, but I just see it as a learning opportunity and a way to grow. which is probably the healthiest way to look at it. Maybe there might be healthier other ways, but I don't know that. But I haven't had a thought like that for a while, which is good. I'm pretty proud of that. It and I haven't really thought of doing it either. I've been like I got way too much to do and so many other people I do feel needed. So well, more like I gave myself a purpose. It's not necessarily like I feel needed. I just feel like I want to do so much before I even think about leaving here and leaving this planet, like leaving the world, because I know death is inevitable. There's no delaying it. It's just is either when you die old of age or when you get to the point of where something else takes you, and there's no delaying the inevitable, unfortunately, in this world that we all live in. And I think the one thing I learned so far is being grateful for the fact that I'm even still here every day. Because I'm not gonna say I wake up with like a positive attitude right away, but I do my best too. Because there's so many things that I try doing so best of myself and being the best person I can be every day, even if it's hard. But also seeing the other people smile also helps a lot because, then I get to laugh with them. So, whatever anyone is going through out there, if any of you are having a hard time at all, if you want to talk, I can help you as much as I can. I can't help you all the time, but I can try. But just know help is out there for you. And I wish the entire best for you, any single one of you. I really do. I know it's not easy, and I know everything's hard. And I know life kind of might suck. Maybe it's doing well for you. I have no idea. But I hope it gets better. I really do. I hope it gets better for every single person out there. And every single person, I wish you the best in the world. So, that is all. That's the entire reason why I wanted to make this video. Was to, one, show the fact that it's alright to be vulnerable. Two, that you can open up about emotions. And three, yeah, you guys may know what I look like, but you guys also get to see the fact I am, yeah, it's alright to hurt. And four, that it's alright to ask for help. And don't be afraid to reach out to it. Because you can only get, like, help if you're willing to help yourself. You can only get it if you want it. And don't be afraid to get it either. That's what I will say. So, but other than that, I hope you guys all have an amazing week, months, days, I don't know, however long. Screw it. I hope you guys all have amazing lives. There you go. I think that's better. But I hope you guys all have amazing lives. And I hope things get better, whatever anyone's going through. Truly, I wish every single one of you have the best time in the world. So, I know this is a bit of a different video compared to what I usually do, but I just wanted you guys to see and know that it's okay. So, other than that, you guys all have a good day, life, evening, week, day, and smile a little bit more. Later.